Hello and welcome to the Vanguard of Light. Today we're going to talk about energetic shielding. So if you're part of Freedom to Safety and you have the shield warp gate, put your shield up now because it's going to get good. Okay, so energetic shielding. If you don't know what energetic shielding is, pretty much it's kind of like whether you know Captain America's shield or think an invisible shield from Star Trek. That type of shield, like it's a way in which to buffer what's coming at you, right? It's not an ascension tool. I mean, it can be used as an ascension tool, but it's really just a way to give you a buffer, give you a little bit of peace, and then allows you to explore deeper and go further because you always know that you have a little bit of a buffer, right? But recently, I've been playing with the shields a lot, and because there's a whole, because I have if you are part of the Freedom to Safety course, there's a bonus all about shielding, and you get a warp gate, and you can turn on shields like really fast, like within seconds. It's a 9-level shield. It's really powerful, right? But when you manually did it, it took a while. It took 30 minutes or 25 minutes, or there's a whole process to do it, right? So you'd put it on like maybe once a day or once a week, or if there's a big special thing, you'd do it, right? But it wasn't something that you have on tap, like constantly. So I just kind of came from that place of just more of a special event to put it on, not as an ascension tool, but it is an ascension tool, which is awesome. And what it is to use it frequently, right? It's to put the shields up and then notice where, what part of you was resonating that allowed that shield to initially go down. So if you're consistently putting your shield up, just consistently putting it up, then you can test what level of shields you have. Where is it at? 100%, 90%, 80%. And I was pretty much if I had a 40% or more, I was oh, I'm good. It's a shield, it's mostly up, right? But the thing is stuff gets through when it's at 40%. When it's 100%, stuff's not getting through and you're not getting attacked. But when it's less than that, that means you're getting attacked. You're actively getting it. For your shield to be dropping, you're actively getting attacked. That means stuff is up. Things are going down, right? Things are happening. And it's trippy how much that occurs and how much better you feel when you boost it back up to 100. I basically go through the day, right? And anytime you're kind of feeling a little dip, I'd be okay, let me check the shields first. And invariably, they'd be less than 100. That's when I was doing I wanted 100 as much as possible, right? Because before it was just kind of oh, I checked my shields, 40, well, I'll put them up, whatever. It's not it hasn't gotten through. As if sometimes they get down to 0, but that's a lot's getting through. So even 40, so it's just having that new pivot of no, it needs to be at 100%. And then notice whenever it was dropping, and you'll find it's rapidly a lot of times, right? Especially if you're out there doing it, you'll find that dropping a lot. And you also, a lot of it correlates to your mood too. You'll find that when your mood's dipping, so is your shields. So something's actively trying to put you down. Especially if you've gone through the Freedom to Safety course and you've handled a lot of that safety stuff, you cleared out a bunch of that, run those warp gates and gotten through that, you'll really have it's surprising how much is external. In the beginning, very little. Very little. That's why in the very beginning, shielding doesn't do much because most of your shields are going to get destroyed from just the internal turmoil. Because so many things will kick off a safety issue and it'll blow away your shield. And it wasn't some external coming in. But once you get the internal handle, then you'll be surprised at how much external starts coming in because you have this sense of peace. You finally got a sense of peace, and then all of a sudden you got the disquiet, but it's not coming from the inside. It's actually coming from the outside. And you can discover that by putting your shields up consistently. You're oh, wow, this, discomfort. Because if your shields are 100% and you're feeling disquiet, okay, it's coming from the inside. But most likely that's going to start pulling your shields down too. So that'll let you know that, hey, something's going on. And you can see if it's internal or external. That's a little bit of advance, right? But it's just a way in which you can use shielding consistently. Consistently put shielding on, get the bridge of okay, wait a second, shielding and my emotions, it's kind of they help. They kind of work together of when your emotions are going tanking, you'll also find your shields are going tanking. So it's kind of even if you get triggered and your internal emotions get crummy, they pull down your shield. And then the external can come in and have a greater effect. So it's not a catch-22, it's a double whammy is what it is. It's a double whammy. You're feeling bad, and then it's there's the pile on of all the dark forces. You're oh, cool, let's get them. Let's get her. Shields are down, go after her. So But but a lot of times people don't even know about an energetic shield, let alone how to put up one, let alone how to put up a 9-level one, right? Most people just don't even know there's an energetic shield, and it's just like kind of wide open, and it's just, their emotions are going crazy, stuff's coming on, it's stimulating it. But when you start pulling that back and like clearing it out to where you just start having general peace, and then you can start seeing all the different players of like what's out there that's causing you not to have peace. And once you play out the internal, you'll find there's a lot of external stuff doing some crazy stuff. So being able to put the shield quickly and be like, oh wait, let's put the shield back up, and all of a sudden you don't have that influence, you don't have that external influence. All of a sudden your calm returns, and you're like, okay. But you need to do the safety first, because that will freak you out without a doubt, to realize that there is so much going on in this non-physical that what meets the eye. Woo! You want to get your safety dialed in. Hence, freedom through safety. That's why it starts with safety. Get that dialed in, realize you're spiritually safe, you're good. And then there's also these bonus. One of them is the shields. And then you can really start going in further and start seeing like, what's all happening out here? While having a sense of peace, while having a sense of joy, to where it becomes exciting as opposed to this torment of like, someone's attacking me again, right? It becomes interesting, like, oh, cool, someone's trying to attack me again. That's the distinction. It's way easier to be fun, excited, and inquisitive about something trying to attack you versus something actively attacking you, messing you all up, and make you feel miserable. It's much harder to be, loving, light, and peaceful in that situation, as you can imagine. So that's just a little bit of like, if you have a shield, consistently put it up and start noticing how often it's dropping and how that your mood will correlate to that. It's almost like a beacon, or kind of like a sensor reading of like, oh, shields are dropping. And if you don't have an easy way of putting up a shield rapidly, fast, in your unconscious mind, preferably, check out the Freedom Through Safety course. We got a 5-day challenge. You'll be able to kick off those warp gates of really getting safety, because you want to get safety dialed in before you go into this, before you go into entities, because it's like, that's kind of freaky, especially if you don't have your safe. Like, you inherently ain't feeling safe, that gets freaky. But once you get that dialed down, you'll have an adventure going into that stuff. Plus, you'll have tools too. Now you're going to be like, you'll have abilities and skills, and you'll be able to like just rock it in that area as well. So I invite you, come play, put up your shields, consistently see that interaction of what's happening out there. If you don't have a shield, come to Freedom Through Safety. Let's get you dialed in. Until we talk again, have a blessed day or a blessed night.